It's your girl Jalisa Aaliyah, of course, and this is our From Baddies to Saved podcast, episode 10. We've made it to episode 10, guys. I can't believe it, honestly. This is fantastic. This is amazing. This is a huge accomplishment for me. I never thought I'd make it this far, but praise the Lord. It's going to be my baptism story, because I mentioned on my TikTok a few weeks ago now that I would come and speak about my baptism story. So this is what this episode is for, just the story of my baptism, nothing else, no extras, just strictly baptism talk. So if you're interested, please keep listening. If you're not, then please keep listening, and maybe you will be. Who knows? You might have a change of heart. So, your girl got baptized, and look at the sun coming through. Jesus, you're with me. I love you. Honestly, I want to kiss his feet. Honestly, that's how much I love him. I want to kiss his feet. You know how you wash feet? I want to kiss his feet, because he has done such great things for me. So amazing. So, I decided to get baptized because I was on a huge journey on my own, and I realized at some point that I needed support, I needed a foundation, I needed a better surrounding for myself, I needed people that understood what I'm doing, where I'm coming from, why I'm choosing to do what I'm doing, what I'm chasing. I needed people that had familiar backgrounds and stories and testimonies. I needed a family, a second family. Let's say that, in a sense. It was like a second family I was chasing after, which is my church family, which is anybody that's in ministry or leadership roles. I was in need of that, because I had done my works, which was to repent and work on myself and ask for forgiveness from the Lord. I spent days, weeks, even months pouring out my heart to the Lord and crying and releasing all of the emotions that I had bottled up for years, because my story is a tragic one, not tragic, I just mean it's unfortunate to have to go through those things in life. It's unfortunate to have been dealt those cards and to have been put in a position to believe that's all my life would be. So yeah, I was in a bad place, okay? I was in a real bad place, and this is kind of not awkward, but a bit for me, because I haven't spoken about it openly. I've just done all my work, right? And people don't even know why I chose this. People don't even know what happened, what changed, what pushed the button for me to just be like, it's time. I was going through life, as you do, and I was dealing with a lot of traumas, a lot of stress, a lot of hurt, a lot of mental problems, and I was very much one of those people that you would look at and think are fine, and even if you asked me, I would say I'm fine. I would never speak about how I'm feeling, what I'm going through. Nobody would know that unless you were my bestie or someone that I was this with. Not to say I'm not this with many people, but you know what I mean. You have people that you vent to, you have people that you help, you pour into, and you don't vent to them, you just pour into them. And I would say majority of my friends I pour into, I don't really vent to them, so they don't actually know what I go through. They don't know the things I deal with. They just know certain things about me, and they don't kind of push to know more. And that's not at a fault of my friends. That's no problem. I'm not picking at anybody. I'm not pointing at anybody. I'm just letting you see the whole picture here. I have friends that I vent to and friends that I pour into. That's it. And this part of my life, I was just kind of running away from all the things that were bothering me. I was running away from God, if I'm honest. I was running away from God because God was trying to lead and guide and protect me and move me, and I was just being rebellious. I was not listening. I was hearing him call my name and just walking with my ears plugged and not hearing him. Literally, that's how it was for me. And because of that, I was in the thick of a storm of spiritual warfare. I was being targeted. I was being put into a testing time. And at this time in my life specifically, so many things were going wrong. There was so much wrong in my life, and it was just back to back to back to back, hell after hell after hell. And I was just overwhelmed. I was so lost in it. I was losing control of my life. Honestly, it was just scary. It was a scary space to be in, and I didn't actually know it at the time. I only know now from where I've come from that it was this. So it's kind of weird to have to speak about something that I didn't actually know was happening to me at the time. But now I know, so I can talk on it. So at this time, my house had been broken into, and my mom was hurt from that. Somebody attacked my mom, and that caused me to be quite anxious, quite on edge, because she couldn't tell me specifically what these people look like. And to know that someone's accessed my house, I've not seen you, I don't know what you look like. You could be walking past me every single day, just looking in my face, and to know you've accessed my house and hurt my mom is insane to me. So that caused me to go on a different direction in life. I packed my things and I was leaving. I wanted to move out. I didn't want to live here, and my mom, being a strong woman that she is, she wanted to stay, and I was just against it, and that caused us to argue, and we had a disagreement. We cussed out each other literally, and I left her in a house that she was hurt in, and I'm sorry for that. I'm really sorry for that. I don't know if I've actually told her this, but I'm sorry for that, because that wasn't the right thing for me to do. But at the time, my brain went into panic mode, because I was just like, no, I can't sleep somewhere that somebody's been in. I don't know who these people are. What if they come back? I don't know. So I was trying to leave, and because I left, I went and stayed with some family members, and it wasn't great because I left a semi-peaceful house. My house is peaceful as long as people get along. When people don't get along, it gets chaotic, and then things happen. And I think that's just like any other household. But the household I then moved to was chaos every day. Every single day someone's having a disagreement, argument, somebody is cussing out somebody, someone is accusing somebody of something. It's just constant bickering. It was not the right place for me to move to. And obviously it was temporary, because somebody had told me they would help me go to the next stage. So I was staying there to get to the next stage, not to use anybody, not to do anything malicious. I just was told, okay, you can stay here while we get you to the next stage. We're going to figure it out. And that's what I was doing. I was staying there to figure things out. And I can't remember if I was working at the time. I feel like I was working at the time, or I just lost my job. I feel like I had lost my job And then this happened, and there was a lot more things happening, like with family, like bickerings and arguments and disagreements. There was just a bunch of chaos going on in my life back to back, and this was just another icing on top of a cake. And yeah, I was at this house, and first they were just arguing amongst each other, just like the people that lived there were arguing. Then it became pointing fingers at me, and then I was just like, oh, now I'm involved, like now I'm getting mistreated, or the wrong tones being used with me. And it just didn't feel right, because they knew I was staying there because I was afraid to be at home. I was afraid to be in a place that had been accessed by a stranger, and they knew that. So for them to kind of like poke at me in that moment, it was wrong, because it was like, if I wanted to leave, where am I going? Because I don't want to go back to my house. So it was just like, I was dealing with it, I was eating it up, and I was just trying to get along and get to the next stage. I was trying to push through the chaos, but eventually the chaos was just too much for me, so I had to just go back home. And I apologized to my mom and everything like that, and I started working again. I think I did. I feel like I did. I don't really know, but I think I went to work again, and life started to pick back up for me after being at a standstill for a bit. I was still living with anxiety. I was still in a weird space. Like, I was very paranoid on the road. Like, I would look at everyone and everything and just be like, is it that person? Is it that person? If anybody looked at me too long, I would be freaking out. I even went out to a party or whatever with the people I was staying with, and something happened and I freaked out, and it was bad. Like, everyone and everything became like something scary for me. So I ended up being in a space where I didn't want to go out. I didn't go anywhere. If I had to go to work, I would hurry up and go to work and hurry up and go home. I wouldn't stop at places. I wouldn't stop at shops. I wouldn't do anything. I just want to go home and be at home, even though my home was still like a scary place because it had been accessed. But I had faith, and I trusted that God would sort that out for me, and God would release me from that feeling of panic and worry. Because I won't lie to you guys, anytime I heard a noise, I would run down my stairs and look out the window. Like, anytime I felt like something was approaching or people were watching me, I would be watching out my window. Like, it was insane. I would get up so many times throughout my night, day, any time of day, and I would go downstairs just to look out the window to make sure nobody was coming to my house. Like, it was really, really, really bad. It was a dark place to be in. And then on top of that, I'm freaking out at people on the road. Like, no matter where I was freaking out at some point. And yeah, that caused me to be really depressed, really stressed out, really low. I was like turning to smoking a lot. And yeah, I was relying on being high to deal with those emotions, to feel okay, to feel like I can cope. And yeah, it just wasn't great. I was led down the wrong path, and I was just not in the right mind in any way possible. My mind was messed up, my heart was messed up, everything about me was messed up. And at this point, I was turning to faith. I hadn't fully given myself to it. I had purchased my first Bible, and I was religiously reading it and writing like a journal of prayer to God every single day while I was on my work shifts. Like, in the mornings and at lunchtime, I would try to speak to God and just be in His presence as much as I could, because working with SEND children, which is special educational needs children, it can take a toll on you, especially if you're dealing with like the behavioral ones that may have like ADHD or autism at the same time, and they're quite sporadic with their emotions and they just react. I was dealing with that at this time, and it was a lot for me because this boy was quite verbal. He was mean to me. He wasn't nice to me at all, and he would treat me like rubbish. Literally, like, he would cast me out on my shift every day and run away from me and have me chase him for 2 hours in the rain down every corridor and think it's funny when I catch up to him just to run again. Like, it was a lot, okay? It was a lot. I was dealing with a lot, and I was uncomfortable at home, and I was trying to work, and I was trying to talk to God. It was just like a lot going on. And at the time, you know, I did have someone to talk to, and I was talking to him about things, and he was reassuring me that everything's going to be okay. And I was so grateful and thankful for my angel, because honestly, like, without him, I don't think I would have made it completely. I wouldn't have, because the times that I was scared to leave my house, he offered to, like, buy me food, whatever I wanted, he offered. And I was so grateful for that, even though I didn't take the offer. I was just grateful to have somebody that would do that for me. So thank you, my angel. How did I choose God? I think I just hit rock bottom. I went through a big depressive stage, and I just broke. I simply broke. And in my breaking, I just tried to remain faithful to my Lord. I tried my best to just change and redirect my thoughts and only speak positivity over my life. I tried to, you know, think about the goodness of life and not what I'm dealing with. And, you know, I worked hard. I got a new job, and, you know, things were going well. Something happened health-wise, and I lost my job, and I was stuck at home with my thoughts and feelings, and just feeling like I'm starting again, over again, and just feeling kind of defeated by life handing me lemons all the time. At some point, I just sat on the ground and I just spoke to God, and I just asked him to please forgive me for everything I've ever done in life. Anything that is not of him, I asked him to forgive me and to redirect me and to, you know, allow me to be a better person in the name of the Lord. I want to be more Christ-like. I want to be a better me. I want to give my life to him and see what is meant for me, not what I want for myself, because that's what I've been doing. And every time I've chosen things for myself and not being led by him, it's gone wrong. So I had to just kind of realize it's time to give my life to him. It's time to be serious and to leave behind the old things in life. And with that, I started to just religiously be in my Bible, literally every single day in my Bible, reading, writing notes, having my own understanding of what things mean. Because sometimes, you know, when you just read the scriptures as a whole, you don't really understand it. You don't really understand what you're reading. So I like to read paragraphs and then break it down and write it down in my own ways as notes, so that I know, okay, that's that lesson, I need to learn that. And just kind of in general, understanding who God is, who Jesus was, what he did, and the qualities he had, what made him a good person, what he did for others, and how life was for him. I was able to understand my life. You know, I understood that me losing my job, me going through my health crisis, everything that broke me was for a reason. And I understood Job. You know, I understood what that is like to be faithful to somebody and have a test and a trial and see how real you are, how much you really want God, how much you really need him, how much you really value him and appreciate him. I was able to see that. I was able to go through that. I was able to go from having things all the time to having nothing at all. I was able to value my mom, my parents, to understand the commandments of loving your family, to forgive your enemies and people that have hurt you, you know. I was able to really take back my power, because those things were held over my head. Those things were taken over me, you know. I was not able to have a good relationship with my mom because I didn't want to deal with what it took to have that, you know. I had to forgive, I had to overcome, I had to just accept and move forward and understand that everybody is God's child and that we all have a choice, and sometimes people make the wrong choice, and that's why we have disagreements, and that's why we don't see eye to eye. And I'm not in a position to change anyone. I'm not in a position to control anyone. I can only pray for them and hope for the better of their life, you know. I had to learn that. I had to overcome that. I had to try to get comfortable with not having all those bags and not trying to do everything at once, because it's not my job, you know. God didn't put me here to save everybody and to be this crazy superhero that's trying to do everything for everyone and getting burnt out, because that's what I was doing. And I wasn't doing things for me. I wasn't being good to me. I was just being there for everybody else but not myself, and I neglected myself, and I became the enemy's target. Like, they got me, man. They got me. They had me in a real spiral of darkness. It was scary. Once I repented, once I cried my heart out and just bathed in the gospel of the Lord and listened to his beautiful music and just remained in my worship, I found church online, and once I was comfortable, I started to go to church. And on my second visit, I chose to go to the altar and declare my change. I declared that I would follow him and be in the right place finally. And after that, I was in a position to be baptized, so I became a follower. I was now able to take the next step because I did what I needed to do. I studied and I learned and I succeeded and I passed each test, and yeah, the next step was to just give myself to the Lord, and I did that. And I was so scared, honestly, because it meant that I had to stand up in front of everyone and speak and read my testimony to everybody. Like, I've not done public announcements like that since I was in secondary school, when you had to stand up in assembly and speak. Like, I've not done that, so it was real nerve-wracking and quite scary. Like, I keep saying the word scary, but it was scary for me because I can speak like this because there's not a crowd. I can't see you, but when I can see people, it's like, ooh. I mean, I'll do it, but I might be like, So yeah, I had to prepare for my testimony to be spoken, and you know, my heart was racing and pumping through my chest the more everybody kept going up before me, and just knowing I'm gonna be next was like, oh, I'm gonna pass out. Like, that's so dramatic, but it felt like that. It felt like I was gonna pass out, because hearing everyone's stories and all they've been through and why they're choosing this was humbling. Like, wow, overwhelming, and God bless them all, honestly, because it just shows you where God really is in life, like who he really speaks to. I'm gonna look for my testimony, and if I find it, I'm gonna read it to you so that you can hear what I stood up and said to everybody. 1 second, please. I managed to find a version that I have. This is not the last this is not the last and final draft that I made, but this will give you the kind of idea of what I did say. This is not exactly what I said, because this is just a rough draft of what I wanted to say. Here is my testimony, guys. So I said in front of everybody, my name is Jaleesa. Believe it or not, I just turned 30 last week. For the past 8 years of my life, I was consumed by darkness, depression, anxiety, loss, and sickness. Even though I lost my way, I never gave up on the Lord, not even when I was sexually assaulted and raped. I never gave up because I knew whose child I was. Thankfully, I stand before you all today, no longer broken, but healed by God's grace. Last year, He called me home to study the Word and to live in my true purpose. Today is the start of all things new, as I solidify my commitment to my Heavenly Father because He never left me, and I'm choosing today to never leave Him. Amen. That's kind of what I said that day, and I was crying. I did cry because to say words like that out loud is a lot. Not many people know that I've been through those things. Not many people even believe me when I speak about those things, but God knows everything about me anyway, so I feel like mentioning that doesn't really surprise Him, and He's been there through it with me anyway. He's the one that took me out of it. He's the one that helped me in those moments, so it was only right for me to announce the true hurts that I'm trying to separate myself from. I am no longer a victim. I'm no longer that person that lives in a victim mentality. I'm no longer the person that carries blame and shame. I'm no longer that person that can fall victim to the enemy's words of trying to drag me down and make me feel guilty for the things I've done in my past. I'm no longer that version. I'm no longer that person. I'm no longer that girl that was hurt like that. I'm not that girl anymore. I'm not that girl. It is a part of my story that is in a history, as in it's in the past. That did happen to me. I did go through those things, and it has made me a stronger, better person. It has caused me to find the Lord and to stay in my faith, and to know that no matter what life brings your way, you can overcome it. You can be something else. You don't have to be what you go through, basically. You will never look at me and see that. You will never look at me and see any struggle, any pain, anything that's hurt me, because I am not what I go through. It's just a part of a story that I'm in, right? And God has got the pen and He's writing it, and the more you go through, the bigger your blessing is going to be at the end of the day, because that's how I see it. If you're going through nothing and everything's just la-di-da-di-da, that means that that's the end for you. You just skipped many steps and you're just la-di-da-di-da. But the ones that have to work hard and go through things and learn and character build, that's what this is, character building. The ones that have to go through this and really transform, we are made for so much bigger things. The anointment, the blessing that is upon us is insane. Something I can't even imagine God has brought me here for. God has really chosen me to do something great in this world, bigger than any of my expectations, anything I can even imagine. So I'm grateful for all that I've been through. I'm grateful for those people that caused me to learn those lessons. It's fine, it's okay. I've forgiven them, I've overcome it. I don't walk around blaming, pointing, victimizing myself anymore. I'm just able to share my story so that anybody that goes through these things or has gone through these things knows that they're okay, and that there is better on the way. There is light at the end of every single tunnel. There is a light at the end of every single closed chapter. There's another thing coming. Do you know what I mean? It's never the end because something bad happens. That's not your life. You don't have to stay there. That's not a destination. That's just a situation that you're in. You'll get there. You'll get to where you're supposed to be. You'll get to where you're going. You'll get to where you're headed, as long as you don't give up. Do not listen to the words of the enemy that speak into your ears at night, at day, any time of your life. Do not listen to them when they tell you, oh, look what's happened to you. Oh, that's your life now. Like, oh, you're just this. Oh, you're broken. Oh, you're, damaged goods, blah, 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 blah. Like, whatever. Literally, like, we don't listen to people that are not of God. We don't listen to people that have no good intentions for you. It's a tricky thing because it can be spoken by people that you love, people that you care about. Yeah, it can be targeted to you through them, and you just have to notice it, have discernment. Ask God for discernment, please, so that you can notice when something's off with you and you back up off that person. Give them their space, because God is going to work on them to get that demon out of them. Like, when people do things that are not of themselves, it's a demon working through them. They've been in a dark place and they've unfortunately allowed them to host in them, and it happens to us all. Like I said, when my life was upside down and I was doing crazy stuff, that was a host in me, and it was controlling what I was doing. And now I've been released. I'm back to myself. I have no more anger and stress and depression and anxieties ever. Like, I don't have it. I might get a little anxious sometimes, but that's because I'm doing something new and I just have to overcome it. But I don't feel anxiety like I'm scared of people. I used to be scared of people. I used to run from people. I used to not be able to put my foot down and speak up for myself, and now I can speak up for myself. Now I can say, no, I don't want that, I'm not interested, leave me alone. And before, I used to just be like, oh, okay then, let's just, okay then. Like, I was so weak. I was super weak, and now I'm strong because of the Lord, and I thank you so much, my Heavenly Father, honestly, because for once I'm where I want to be in life. Like, for once I am comfortable, I'm happy, I'm proud, I'm excited for life, I'm enjoying living. Before, I was just coping and surviving, and now I get to live, thanks to Jesus. Like, sorry, that was a deep sigh. Doing new things is crazy. It does remind you of how you used to feel, and it does challenge you to react how you used to react, and you have to overcome that, because like I said, I don't talk in front of rooms of people, and I spoke in front of a whole church, and I told my story, and I was alone, and they supported me, and it was so beautiful. And then I got into a pool, and I had to be dipped. Like, I cried so hard. Like, I came out of that water and I cried so hard because I just knew I did something good, and to know that the enemy couldn't stop me and I did it, I cried so hard with happiness and joy and gratitude for life. Like, honestly, I'm just so grateful, I'm so thankful, and I just know I'm gonna be blessed in this life. And yeah, here's to good things, new beginnings, and blessings upon blessings, overflow of success and new opportunities, because for too long I was in survival mode and I didn't belong there, but I couldn't see any better for myself because of the enemy, literally. Now I don't have in my ear all the time. I'm able to just follow God, listen to God, follow the footsteps that He's leading me down, I'm so grateful. Like, guys, honestly, this has been the best thing I've ever done for myself. I was never really a churchy person, but I'm grateful for it, because I have people that I can speak to if I do worry about things, if I do feel like I'm going backwards, because you will feel that way. You will feel like being challenged extra now that you are saved. Just have people from the past pop up, and if it's not them, it's people that remind you of them or have the same characteristics as them. It's just like ew, 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 ew. But you're able to feel it and see it and know that feeling of like, you're not for me, go away. Like, you just know, there's something that God does for you that lets you feel that energy and just know, go away from me. You just know you're not of that anymore. Like, can't even explain it. Imagine that you're like walking in this world with like a golden shield around you. That's what it feels like when you're on the right path. Like, when you've chosen God, it feels like you have this invisible bubble that is gold and sparkly, and everyone around you that isn't saved or protected by the Lord like that can feel it, and they can see it, and they're drawn to it if they're not of that, and like they do their best to get you to come out of the shield. That's how it feels. Literally, I can't explain it any better than that. I hope that makes sense and that it's not something too crazy of the imagination, but that's how I feel. I feel like I have a big giant gold sparkly shield around me, and every time my shield touches people that need to be saved, they speak to me and they pour into me, and I pour back into them, because that's God telling me, oh, they need him. And if my shield touches someone that's dark, that doesn't have a light, they're like, buy it. Like, they're like, oh, I need to get her to come out of that, because we want that. We want to take and absorb that. And it's just like, what? I know it sounds like something from a movie, but that is what it's like to follow Christ. That's literally what it's like to follow Christ. You're in this gold bubbly shield, and you're doing good stuff, and you're giving, and you're just watering seeds and planting trees and just doing amazing work that is only of God. And other people are just observing you. If they are of the same thing as you, then we're all doing it together. Our shields link, and we're just like a team now doing it together. And then the dark people, they come and they just try and suck that shield off you, and it's just like, you can't do that. You can only do that if I want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. That's my imagination, but that's how it feels when you love God, and when you don't, you're just walking around in a pitch black, like your whole body is not got a shield on it, it's just black, like you're you, but just black, like there's no light on, and you're just looking for more darkness to eat, basically. That's what it gives. But like the dark people that want to steal you out of your light, yeah, they are real, and they're out there, and they will try you, and you have to be strong and keep the promise that God has for you alive. You have to keep it. You have to see the end result. You have to get to his glorious kingdom without them stealing that bubble off you. That bubble that I speak of is essentially your spirit. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like an aura that the angels have, the aura, the halo thing, but it's just all around you. That's how it feels for me, like, because God covers you from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. So my spirit is elevated and glistening around me, and people can see that. And when you're not following God, people do not see where you come from, or how important you are to the Lord, or how important you are to the kingdom. I'm able to just be me and not feel like somebody's judging me. Being a believer, being a Christ follower looks different in everybody. So you are not meant to be out here pointing at people and saying, oh, she does this though, or that person does this though, or they dress like this though, why are they doing this though, if you say you're nah. Like, no, everyone's purpose, everyone's image, everyone's relationship with God is different. And in some cases, maybe they're able to be that way, they're able to stay that way, and maybe sometimes they're in a transitional stage. So don't ever feel the need to point at someone and condemn them for where they are with Christ because they love him openly, but it's not reflected in their image. Like, it's not that deep, because I'm a gym girl and I wear tight clothes in the gym, but that doesn't make me someone that doesn't love God, you know? Like, I love God. It's just a time and place for certain things. That's how I see it. I would not be outside on a random day just in gym clothes, really tight, and letting everyone see my body shake as I walk. Like, I wouldn't do that. But in the gym, I'm working towards something. I have a goal, I have a purpose, and my clothing doesn't matter in that moment, because I'm training for something and I like to see my progress through tight clothes. But when I go to church, I wear normal clothes. When I go to work, I wear normal clothes. Like, you know, like, don't condemn people for things that shouldn't be a problem. Like, because I used to think that was a problem, and I used to question that a lot, and I used to feel guilty, and I used to just really speak bad about myself, all because of what I wore. Like, even the whole wearing makeup, I don't want to wear makeup sometimes. I don't care. Like, makeup is not a sin. A sin that happens because of these things is when it becomes vanity, it becomes prideful, it becomes a sin when you use those things to lure people, you know, make someone fall into something they shouldn't be doing, as in targeting somebody that's married, trying to get him to do stuff with you, that kind of thing, by using your looks, using what you wear as a lure. That's when it's a sin. But just being a pretty person that wants to wear fake hair or makeup, whatever it is, that's not a sin. So stop, please, everyone, just stop pointing at people and saying, she don't look like a Christian now. Just stop, okay? Just stop. Nothing you can say makes any sense, because that person is with God. God is leading them. God is talking to them. God is promoting them as he should. And however that looks for them, leave them alone. Stop talking about people. And gossiping is a part of sin too. So stop gossiping about people. Stop talking about other people and what they're doing. Like, who are you to judge them? Nobody. You're nobody. You're just a vessel. Like, chill. Please chill. But yeah, that is episode 10, and it's crazy that this is episode 10 because I was actually baptized on the 10th day of being 30. And you know how Jesus came into his ministry at the age of 30. Clack that, because if you're in your Bible, you know. But the Lord became so powerful in his ministry at the age of 30, and I got baptized on the 10th day of being 30, and it was on the 1st of the month. Like, we just love God. We just love him. We really do. And yeah, please choose a better life. That's my lesson for today. Choose a better life, whatever that looks like. I'm not urging you to go and get baptized. I'm not urging you to do anything that you don't want to do, but just sit down with yourself, figure out what's going on in your life. If there are bad things happening, ask yourself why is it happening and what you're enabling, and put an end to it. If you're dealing with depression, sadness, or self-guilt, hatred, thoughts and feelings, things of that nature, please don't do it alone. Reach out to somebody, speak to them, tell someone how you're feeling. Don't do it alone, because it can be a real dark and vicious place to be in. Yeah, just do what you need to do, but please don't dwell in it too long, and get back up, because it's not the end, it's just the start, and you have a journey to see through. So keep going. Jesus loves you. And that's the end of today's episode. See you in the next video. If you would like to share your story, please email me your story. The email will be on the screen. If you're listening by audio, the email will be on my Spotify page. Please look out for that, or my social media platforms. I'll have the email in the bio so that you can share your story. Thank you so much for listening, and that is all for today.